I'm trying to get this kind of... I just felt like pulling one card. One or two cards for the weekends. This was highly recommend camel hair. It's from their beard. It's from Uzbekistan. For my birthday, four of discs. It's also one to come out. The 7 of Wands and the Prince of Swords. Let me shuffle. It's just kind of on my mind, so I think that's why it came out. It's been a while since I've done this. The 4 of Wands was on the bottom. Magician. This is that I am card. It's using your mind. It's having a lot of mental power, prowess, and magic and things like that. I always kind of think of that Mean Girls clip that I put up where stay up because I'm wearing this very, you can see that it's fashion side note, but it's just a very lightweight down, kind of looks like a leather jacket. It's kind of my new favorite thing. That Mean Girls clip that I put up where Regina just kind of throws pamphlets and lets chaos run free, you know. Sagittarius. Also I am a Sagittarius. Maybe you are a Sagittarius. Or some sort of Sagittarius is success. Blessings, like giving out, you know, tithings. I don't know, that just came to mind. This is maybe having a very as above, so below, as you think it. This is manifestation. This is also a little bit of trickery and the having fun with whatever it is that you're doing. And it's really bright in my eyes. But it can go both ways, and just being very honest with how you feel and who you are and being upfront with that. This is the genie in a bottle. This is the happiness, feeling very satisfied with something. 9 of Cups, Jupiter. Being very, just having everything that you've asked for, maybe being careful what it is you ask for. 1, 9, 19, Sun. Just letting it all just you know, opening up and opening up, showing something, being very, I feel like, yeah, very open with what it is, because sometimes his arms are crossed and he's like this, and not in this imagery, but in others, and this person's just kind of throwing caution to the wind, and maybe just some sort of balance between the two. This is having all of the elements at your disposal, and just being like kind of a total package kind of thing, and feeling like you have it all, feeling like you got what you wanted, what you asked for. Maybe you got an answer that you were wondering about. Because can also, I mean, both of these can either be like tricky with the magician, and this is the genie. Sometimes I think of jinn, like the, yeah, kind of careful what you wish for. Like you have 3 wishes, but like you better wish correctly. You better like make sure you word it correctly, otherwise it could come through in a different way. So I feel like this is the art of wishing, the art of stating what it is you want and getting that exactly how you asked for, or is some sort of a warning or advice to do that, to just be very clear and upfront about something. And full brand new beginning. And maybe like the as above, so below with the magician, like pointing up and pointing down, usually kind of like a head over heels, because he's sometimes tripping. So brand new start. Maybe you're getting, because we have 2 here, a second chance at something. Anything else for maybe taking a second chance, throwing caution in the wind, saying whatever, let's just take a chance and see what happens. And chariot, 6 of swords, so a lot of traveling, short distance maybe, and the lovers, to come see your lover. Also 6-9 with the happiness card. So looking at everything around, it's like taking a chance on something unknown and being victorious. Maybe there's some sort of delay with the weather. I know there are a lot of cancellations this weekend, and that's what both these can mean, like reversed. Like you'll get there, but it's a little bit of delay, and just having to be a little bit patient, and feeling really like satisfied when you get there. Very, very happy that you went, happy that you took the chance. Not getting frustrated with any sort of delays, or not taking that as like a sign that it's not meant to be. Just sort of. So all of these are really positive cards. It's just, I feel like it's more about how you look at it, especially with this magician, can sort of have something to do with your perception of things, and, you know, the illusionist also upside down. I feel like it has a lot to do with how you are looking at something and perceiving it, and so all of these cards can have a lot to do with that, sort of just about your perception and seeing things from the right way, letting go of too much baggage, leaving behind what's unnecessary, and just sort of starting fresh, traveling light, and seeing where the road takes you. Bringing 2 things together. 2 just fell out. 2 first ones, so these are probably the most important ones. I am happy. I am feeling good. And maybe bringing these two things together, bringing the as above, so bringing those two together into the now, into reality, into the moment. Sometimes I think of this as the like the sixth house, the Lover's card, because just with my own associations of like Neptune and Capricorn, it's sort of bringing the ethers into reality, which I often think of with this card, but I also started to think of it as maybe something having to do with Neptune being kind of far out there, but also having to do with water. And that Atlantis video has been coming up a lot on Shuffle. So it's like, well, maybe, you know, some sort of reality inverse thing, you know. Maybe it just sort of cycles around or something. Does that make sense to anyone? The Neptune and Atlantis being some sort of connected, I'm not sure how to word this exactly, but some sort of connection there. Both these have to do with water too, so maybe just bringing a lot of emotion into something, into a situation, and feeling like it's received well also. Like he's kind of looks like he's offering something up and also on his other hand receiving something. So maybe by putting something out there, you get something back, and you know, there's lots of traveling back and forth, getting to the heart of something, and maybe all roads lead to the center of how you are feeling, like your heart center, your core, getting to the heart of the matter, and I just feel like it's like a new beginning. 6 and 0, and sort of opposites, inverse again, like the almost. I started to think a lot about how if my Jupiter, if you follow this, like my Jupiter can tomorrow, as I said with the Mika song, and I'm trying not to get into too many specifics if you don't follow this, but and how if that really did have indicate that there is ability to foresee more so just into tomorrow, combined with Australian time birth 369, and how you could be like offset by a day or something like that in this sort of like 8 infinity circle where you're just constantly like one day ahead but one day behind. Too hard to explain here quickly, but compass, seeing clearly, and maybe coordinating also with some sort of confusion with time, having to coordinate a little bit better and meet somewhere halfway, which is that sort of superposition idea in a sense of overlapping 0 hour and midnight, and 2 twos here, and maybe that's important. And anything else? Yeah, like sort of this like overlap. You meet in the middle, and that's how you can kind of get on the same wavelength or something. If there's anything else for people that they need to know for the next few days. I know I said I was done. I just really felt like doing this. The 8 of Pisces, Saturn Pisces. This says indolence.
One moment.
I didn't even touch my phone. 12:29. I don't know. Maybe that's important to you. 12, 11, 3, and that just was like an epiphany to me, because I don't know how I never thought of that with the 3 elements and Jupiter and 7th house there and like opposite water. That just makes a lot of sense to me now, but I don't know. I never thought of it before. And the lust card is on the bottom here. So this is the Leo card, and 11 here. I think it has like 8 heads or something like that. The lion, she's sort of taming them, and it's like that. And the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see. I'm just gonna like flip to whatever I see first in the. But that's there. Flip to the Cups card, Cups page. First thing I saw was the Four of Cups, which is luxury, Moon in Cancer, chest. The roughened surface of a sea on which the cups of the lotus are balanced explains that an element of excess has entered into love. So maybe there's some excess going on here, but more so like I always think of coming back, walking away. Maybe you walked away too quickly. Let's see. Let's read what the Nine of Cups says, because these are a little bit different. Happiness. Jupiter in Pisces. The Nine of Cups are perfectly arranged. They overflow, but this is an ordered, possessive aspect of love, partaking of a ritual. Which could have something to do with the magician or the alchemist, anything having to do with like I put up a ton of different variations of things in the As Above, So Below, which represents this card, and sometimes I think of it as someone at like a souvenir stand or like a information desk or anything like that. Like I just put up a ton of different meanings to it, but it's usually someone standing at a table with all 4 elements around them, and someone selling jewelry, or just there's a ton of different things it could stand for, and I usually try to make it a little bit more accessible, a little bit more applicable to daily life, and these are just a little bit more traditional, I guess, meanings. Magician or juggler, Mercury. He is Mercury, the messenger of God, and juggles with the 4 symbols of the elements and the papyrus or word, the pen or will, the wand of wisdom. He represents the creative force in action. As taught in Egyptian tradition, his attendant in shadow is the cynocephalus ape. So shadow side too, your 7th house, and yeah, just I kind of feel like having fun with the arrangement of the different elements, and something about arranging things before. So I hope that was fun for you. Anything else? Anything in the bottom? 16, so I better quit this before it doesn't record.